guys, my name is Vanessa from the Wreath Coach. I do seasonal, holiday, and home decor ideas, and if you are looking for a little bit of spring to bring into your house, this do-it-yourself spring centerpiece is going to do just that. Let's get started. So what you're going to need to get started is a nice long vessel. This one is just from Amazon. It's really awesome. It's 31.5 inches long and 3.5 inches deep, and I think about 3.5 inches tall. About 4 inches tall. So this is a good size to start with, especially for a dining table centerpiece. And I really like this one actually. It's metal, so today we're going to be using foam, but if you are going to use something fresh, if you want to put soil in it, it comes with like a little drainage hole in the center, so you can put some like rocks and then your soil. Really good option. I'll link it down at the bottom. And then I wanted to add in some candles so that, you know, it's still a little bit dark outside. It's winter where I am, so we want some light now inside. So I got these gold centerpiece candlesticks, and it's important to make sure like this bottom is a little bit large, but it does fit into my planter. So if you are going to use a candlestick, just make sure that the bottom is going to fit into whatever size vessel. You can get a smaller one. So I have 3 of these. I have 1 large one, and that's just going to go into the center, and then I have 2 of the same size, a little bit smaller, and we're going to do just 3 of them in the middle of the planter. And then you also need some candlesticks. You can do real or you can do fake. I really like the fake ones because then I don't have to worry about them like dripping wax or potentially falling over and causing a fire. I just like the fake ones. You just put some batteries in them and then they give a little bit of a twinkle light. Really nice. And then for our actual greenery and flowers that we're going to use, you need a base greenery, and this is going to be like the majority, your nice base for the whole arrangement. This is like a small eucalyptus, and then I have a second greenery. It's almost like a white lavender, really pretty. It's like a little bit of a contrast. This is a brighter green, whereas this is kind of whitewashed, so it's a little different texture. And then I'm going to go in with 3 different flowers. So I have a pink peonies, perfect for spring. That's my large flower. Then I'm going to go in with a medium size, which is these really cute white hydrangeas. And then I have like a mini pop of color, because you want a variety of sizes to really make the arrangement sort of proportionate and look finished. So I have 2 types of faux baby's breath, a little pink and a little bit of white. And those are going to look really pretty with our greenery, with that one. And the eucalyptus. If you are out buying your greenery, I like to do this literally in the store. Make sure that you like all of them together. Don't be scared to make bouquets while you're walking around, because you want to make sure that you like everything. Everything's cohesive. Maybe you'll pick up a greenery and it's like really neon green, and that's just gonna throw off the whole arrangement. So don't be scared to like put things together. Make sure it works before you buy anything. Another tip that I have, when I am buying my faux greenery, I mean, I love faux greenery. It's great. You don't have to worry about them dying inside. It's just a nice little pop of color. You can put it away as the season's done, but they can definitely get expensive. So if you're looking for like your big flowers, for example, don't buy something that's a stem of just one. A more value option would be to look for like a bush. So this one comes in a pack of 5, 2, 4, 5, yep. And then all you have to do is just cut them down. So don't be intimidated when you see a big bush like this, where you're like, oh my God, I don't know how to use that. All you have to do is grab some scissors when you get home. You can cut it apart, and then you can use it any way you want it. But this will definitely be cheaper if you're buying multiple on one whole bush versus just buying individual flowers. Because, for example, this arrangement will probably take 5 to 6 flowers. So you don't want to be buying 5 to 6 flowers where you could just buy 1 bush. This will definitely be more cost effective. And you can, I've literally done that with everything that's here. The hydrangeas, this one I've already cut a few off of them, but it was the same. It came in a bush, and I'm just cutting them smaller. The baby's breath, same thing, came into a bush, and I've just cut them individual. And same with our pinks, and the same thing with the eucalyptus. Okay, so let's get started with our arrangement. Firstly, I'm going to place my candlesticks So I'm just gonna find the center. The hole is right here, so assume that's center. That's gonna go in there. You can measure if you want, or you could just kind of give it a rough eye. That one's gonna go about there. And this one back here. Now you can do them all the same height if you wanted. I like the different variation of height. Give yourself a little bit of more dramatic centerpiece where it's taller and then the sides can go down, especially if you want to leave this on your table when you're having people over or you're having dinner, then you can sort of see across the table a little bit nicer. So those are set there. Next, we're gonna go in with something to hold our flowers in a little bit. You can use floral foam. If you don't have floral foam, then I just like to use tape, and you're just gonna essentially create a grid across the whole thing. And that just kind of gives your greenery and your flowers a little bit of stability. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's just when you're working into it, it kind of starts to create a shape, and then eventually everything holds itself together as you're creating like this nest of flowers. So we're gonna go in with that, and you don't even have to really worry about it overlapping on the edges. It's clear tape, so you're not really gonna see it, especially once all of the flowers start going in. It's gonna hide it down the sides. So I'm placing my tape about 1 inch apart, a little bit on the end of room, and then I'm starting my tape at 1 inch apart. So you can also do another strip this way if you wanted to create like blocks, but I'm just gonna leave it for now, I think, and start working from there. So I've already pre-cut all of my pieces off of my bushes. So what I'm gonna do is go in with my largest greenery first, and this is gonna be the base, so it's gonna go all across. This is the one that you'll want the most of. So I purchased 4 of these bushes, and they had about, I want to say 6 to 8 stems on each one. Now this one has, this is 1 stem, but technically is like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it depends on how small you make them. This is like 1 out of that piece. So you can use this as 1, or you can use this as 4. Really depends on how full you want it to be. So I would say buy about 4 bushes of your main greenery. So I'm just going to start by plopping it in just everywhere. Don't worry about it at first, like exactly where it's sitting. It'll kind of shift a little bit, especially because you're not using foam in this case. If you are using foam, then you'll be able to push it into the exact spot that you want it. But this one's a little bit more free flowing. If I don't have to use foam, then I won't. So just gonna fill that all in. Perfect. Okay, so that's our first set of greenery. We've essentially almost filled the whole thing. There is a couple of empty spots, but that's going to be filled in with our flowers anyway, so don't be scared if you're like, oh my god, I already see a bunch of open spots. Just let everything start to accumulate. Once your greenery is in, I'm going to go in with my biggest flower. So this one is our pink peonies. These are my favorite. I always find them every spring at the craft stores, and they're so nice to have. They even look cute outside in planters. But yeah, so we're going to start putting those in. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And what I'm going to do is alternate sides. So I'm going to start at one end, and it's going to be sort of at the end, but closer to this side of the pot. Then I'm going to go into this a little bit further in, but on that side of the pot. Again, alternating, a little bit further in, this side of the pot, a little bit over, that side of the pot, here, and here. So I just used 6 instead of 7. Perfect. Next, we're going to go in with our smaller or medium-sized flowers. This is our white hydrangea again, and I'm going to do the same thing but opposite. So this is our pink one. Our white one is going to go here. And then here. Perfect. Next, we're going to go in with our accent flowers, so the really small baby's breath flowers. And then I'm going to leave the white lavender till the end. And that's just going to be sort of a filler in. So I'm going to go in, I think, first with the white pieces. And I've only got 4 of these. So I think I'm going to do like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. Next, we're going to go in with our pinks. I've got some extras of these, so I think I'm going to disperse these a little bit more, like maybe one goes here, any of your empty spots. So something here, something here. And then we have our last piece, which is just that white lavender. And this is just to go in with a little bit of extra texture. It's a different leaf on it as compared to the eucalyptus, so it just kind of gives it a little bit of something extra special. We're just gonna look for any empty spaces. You don't have to be too technical with it, just whatever kind of feels right. Because they are pointy, I would say maybe don't have them just sticking up like this, but make them a little bit more natural looking, give them a little bit of a bend, a little bit of a curve, and have them going in on an angle. So it looks like they really blend into the entire arrangement. There you go. Once you're happy with all of your placements of your flowers, you can go and add your candlesticks. So I'm just going to turn these on. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in watching more, please subscribe to our channel. We'll come out with all types of different seasonal and home decor, inspiration, do-it-yourself ideas. And we're getting into garden season, so that's really exciting. So make sure to subscribe and you'll get to see all of our tips and tricks for the upcoming season. Thank you and have a fabulous spring.